On April 18th, students at Columbia University in the United States organized a solidarity demonstration for Palestine, protesting the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. While the police have been deployed to break up the protests, Palestinian solidarity demonstrations are expanding around the world. Experts have characterized the rise of the second anti-war generation as following the anti-Vietnam War movement of the 1960s. Today, let's explore the history of protests at U.S. colleges and universities, with a focus on the iconic Vietnam anti-war movement. Student movement in 1960s America. During the late 60s, the United States escalated its involvement in the Vietnam War, deploying around 500,000 troops alongside cutting-edge military technology and significant financial resources. This led to a massive movement centered around young people against the draft and the war, chanting, "No to the Vietnam War and racism." Of particular note is the April 1968 occupation of the Columbia University building. Columbia was the birthplace of the anti-Vietnam War movement that spread across the United States. Hundreds of students occupied 5 campus buildings, protesting against the Vietnam War and racism. In the process, 700 students were arrested, and many police and students were injured. The police overreaction sparked a massive youth backlash that spread the anti-war movement across the country. Student movement in 2024's America. Columbia University is at the forefront of the current student movement in the United States. Columbia University is located in New York City, one of the largest cities in the United States, which gives it a higher profile than other universities and makes it a centerpiece of the American student movement. Besides Columbia, counter-protests have erupted at over 40 other universities, resulting in over 2,000 arrests. And the solidarity protests for Palestine led by American college students are only gaining momentum. This is fueled by President Biden's characterization of the students' counter-demonstrations as violent protests, while reaffirming his support for Israel. The anti-war wave of American students is spreading to European countries. As the U.S. is directly involved in the war between Israel and Palestine, it will be interesting to see how the student protests and the U.S. position will clash or reconcile, or how the student protests will change depending on how the war unfolds.